What's going on, guys? This is your boy Andy Matrix. I talk about anime, manga, video games, geek culture, and Japanese culture. And I got some pretty good news today. This is about, the restock issue and the shortages of gaming consoles such as the PlayStation 5, Xbox, or whatnot, right? And also of other things like computers, laptops. You guys get the point. So, NVIDIA, which is, they're very involved in the gaming industry because they provide a lot of, graphics cards, processors, chips for, gaming laptops, and also for the Nintendo Switch. I believe Nintendo uses NVIDIA. I'm not quite sure, but last I heard, Nintendo was making a deal with NVIDIA, right? So NVIDIA, it says here, CNBC says NVIDIA stock falls after U.S. government restricts chip sales to China. So NVIDIA is restricting. No, the American government, maybe Joe Biden, Sleepy Biden, is restricting chip sales to China. So what does this mean? So it means that because China's going to get less of these computer parts with semiconductors, processing chips and so on, graphics cards, that, they might have a shortage of computer parts, right? In American companies such as, Logitech, Apple, HP, IMDb, and Sony, they're gonna be getting more of these chips, more of these computer chips, more of these computer parts. So, yeah, this is actually looking pretty good for the restock issue. But on the other side, it's gonna cause some drama with China. But we're not here to talk about politics. I'm about to explain it. Before we get started, guys, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit the notification bell for future notifications. If you're into anime, manga, video games, geek culture, Japanese culture, make sure to subscribe. Okay. Now, let's go ahead and read. So CNBC, China's not going to be getting as many, or maybe they're going to have to change their suppliers, but they're not going to be getting a lot of computer parts, computer chips, those processors, semiconductors, video card, graphics cards, such and such, right? So here it says, NVIDIA said on Wednesday that it's been told by the U.S. government to stop selling chips to China and Russia. Gee, that's got nothing to do with the war, right? The company said it was applying for a license to continue some Chinese exports, but doesn't know whether the U.S. government will grant exemption or not. Right? It says NVIDIA said the U.S. government told them August 26, new license requirement. Right? So, and this is because it says here, including Hong Kong, to reduce the risk that the products may be used by Chinese military. Right? I mean, they're, if China is investing into their own military, they're going to find a way. So if they don't get chips from NVIDIA, they're going to get them from somebody else. I mean, I don't know what other chip companies are there, but you guys get the point. Also, maybe a lot of people don't know this, but Taiwan, I think 20-30% of computer chips are made in Taiwan, right? Which is in China's trying to take over Taiwan. Remember that. A lot of people don't know this. And then it says, we are working with our customers in China to satisfy their plan or future purchases with alternative products and may seek licenses where replacements aren't sufficient. And a NVIDIA spokesman told CNBC the only current products that the new licensing requirements apply are the A10 and H100 and systems such as DGI. I don't know what these systems are. If you know what these systems are, make sure to comment below, guys. I don't know a lot of this tech language. And then it says AMD, which is another, computer part company. They make, I think they make the Ryzen. Yeah, for my laptop, my laptop has the Ryzen 7 processor from AMD. So really good computer chips, really good processors. It says representative confirmed at CNBC that it had also received licensing requirements from the U.S. Department of Commerce, which it believed applied to its MI250 circuit, which is intended for artificial intelligence. AMD said it did not believe the new requirements would cause a material impact to its business. Right? So America is restricting or trying to restrict China from getting more of these computer chips, and that way so that China won't create the artificial intelligence for whatever weapon they're creating.
It's actually, I'm not even mad. That's amazing.
So what does this mean for us? This means that, again, like I said, companies like Sony, Logitech, and all these other companies, they're gonna have more supplies and more parts to create their new tech, new phones, and such, which means that it could be the end of the PlayStation 5 shortage, right? Maybe it's gonna be easier to get a PlayStation 5, right? And I don't know if you guys remember, or if you guys notice, it's actually been easier to find an Xbox rather than a PlayStation 5, if you guys noticed. And the reason is because there was a rumor, and I actually believe this to be true. Because Bill Gates, he's a tricky bastard. There was a rumor going around, this was like earlier this year, that Microsoft paid for chip priority to increase Xbox Series X stock. Maybe they were paying the chip manufacturers more money so that they can prioritize more chips being sent to Microsoft, right? It's a good move, right? I mean, some of you might say, well, that's cheating, that's scummy, but it's Bill Gates' company. Of course it's scummy. It's Bill Gates. What were you expecting? But it's a good move because now they get more supplies for themselves, and it was easier to buy an Xbox, which actually then, because it was easier to find, it motivated people to actually just buy an Xbox over the PlayStation. You guys get the point, right? So, yeah, we might be getting more, and also, as proof that this actually happened, with Microsoft, I'm gonna play you a video. I'm gonna play a video here. Hopefully, you guys can hear this. So basically, these guys that work for Microsoft, they actually, let me turn off this music. They actually admitted, or they indirectly said that Microsoft prioritized making more chips. So Microsoft actually bought out some of these, chip manufacturers in China. So here's the video.
Last week, I said I had to ask permission because I said I know why Microsoft has so much Xbox stock. Because you know how there was that Amazon drop just recently, and they sold the most at Christmas, and they've been outselling for a few months now, at least the PlayStation 5. And I said, look, I actually know why there's so much Xbox stock. I'm just not sure if I'm allowed to say anything.
Right.
So I asked during the week. I'm like, can I mention this on the podcast? And last night they're like, yep, go for it. Now I'm not allowed to give all the details. And someone last week was like, is it money? It kind of is. Like what I was told was, so I think it was around April. I'm not going to open OneNote because it's going to turn me into a robot. Actually, maybe I'll open it on my phone. So just so I can make sure I'm reading out the right thing here, because I don't want to get anyone in trouble. It was April. It was almost a year to the day. It was the 5th of April. I got a DM saying Microsoft's going to have a lot of consoles available this fall. They're going to have a lot. And they did in the end, didn't they? I'm like, oh, why is that? Microsoft paid for chip priority. I'm like, interesting. It's like, yep, Microsoft.
And there you have it. The guy himself said it. Okay, Microsoft paid for chip priority, right? And that's one of the reasons why, Xbox. There's been a lot of Xbox stocks, for months now, but there's a lack of PlayStation 5s. And again, if this really goes through, I mean, it looks like it's already going through with NVIDIA, but this could mean that we're gonna have more PlayStations in stock. So I thought that this will help some people. I want to get a PlayStation 5 so that I can play Final Fantasy 16 and Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth next year when it comes out, and I'm just getting ready. So guys, whatever your thoughts are, comment below. Tell me what you think about NVIDIA and what, they're cutting off, chip sales to China, saving it for American companies. And yeah, so comment below. Tell me what you think. And subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell for future notifications. Guys, this is your boy Andy Matrix. Thank you for watching. Godspeed.